on the record.
We're on the record. Let me close this up. Open this up. Open this up. This is Cosey versus Cosey, D17-550-388S. Sandra Cosey is back with another attorney this time. Last time it was John George. Before that it was Chris Aaron. And now we're back. Let me have Larry, you on the phone?
Yes, Your Honor.
Could you introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Larry Cosey, Darrell Cosey's father.
Okay, this case, it has D17 because it started in 2017. In August of 2017, mother was without housing and said she would get housing soon. So the matter was set for trial in January of 2018. And in January of 2018, her attorney was Chris Aaron. They went out in the hallway, Chris Aaron and the father and mother, and came back with an agreement that mother accepted on the record with her attorney. And guess who prepared the decree of divorce? Her attorney. That was in January of 2018. And guess what she promised in January of 2018? Sandra Cosey, are you listening? You promised you would have a new place to live in 2 weeks. 2 weeks went by.
Yes, I did.
And you filed a motion right away, and you came back in March of 2018. You didn't have housing. You were living with your sister, I think, and 5 or 6 other people in an apartment. You came back with a new attorney, John George, and said you wanted to set aside the decree of divorce. Judge Marquis said no. There's been no changes. This matter was resolved by stipulation, and that's why there was a decree of divorce. And she ordered you to get stable housing again, and we will consider a change in custody. And here you are. And guess what? I'm tired of this game. I'm sure Larry Cosey's tired of this game. And you don't have new housing. You still have the same housing you had in March of 2018. So now, counsel, go ahead and make your argument.
Okay, Your Honor. Thank you very much. I appreciate that information.
And it took me a whole hour and a half to review the whole file starting, and that included reviewing the tapes from the hearing. I reviewed the tape from the hearing from March of 2018, and I reviewed the hearing from the actual trial. There was supposed to be a trial, but she came in and said she wanted a continuance. They finally went out to the hallway in January 25th, 2018, and reached an agreement, and they came back with a decree of divorce prepared by her attorney. And then she came back in March, like I said, and now she's back again, saying the same thing she said in January and March of 18. That was 2 years ago. Now she's back in 2020, and what is she saying today?
Okay, Your Honor. So on March 9th, 2020, I appeared in an unbundled capacity just to request a continuance. Sandra did not want to do the trial on her own. We agreed that we would vacate that evidentiary hearing, and then Mom can file a new motion, and then we'll have an evidentiary hearing on that. That's what was discussed, what I recall, during that hearing. So,
yes.
So if we finally got all the information together, and we got this on file, we got the motion on file, and basically Sandra's position is that there were no permanent custody orders in place, and so that's why there was that evidentiary hearing set for March 9th. But then I kind of showed up and said, oh, can we get a quick continuance? And then we just said, you know what, let's just take it off record. When you guys are ready, file an appropriate motion, and let's set it for an evidentiary hearing. And that's why we are where we are today. We are here basically because Sandra is seeking primary physical custody over Darrell. Darrell was born 12/19/2010, so he's approximately 9 years old. And right now, he's not thriving in the current temporary custodial arrangement that's in place. He's just not thriving, okay? It's exactly the opposite for him. He's doing poorly in school. He's at risk of failing. Was he held back? He was not held back, but he was at the risk of being held back. He is receiving no assistance from the opposing party with his schoolwork, school planning, school help. Mom sees the child 2 days a week after school, and she sits there and tries to do catch up for him and getting all his work done and all of his projects done. He's currently in the 22 percentile for reading, D plus in reading, C in math. Also, his health is being neglected. He's overweight. He was at the, excuse me? Oh,
excuse me. Can you repeat that last statement?
He's in the 22 percentile in reading. He was at risk for being retained for failing the school year. He has a D plus in reading and a C in math. We've attached those as exhibits as well. His health issues are also at risk, Your Honor. He was at a pediatrician about 6 months ago, or maybe 6 months prior to us filing the motion, and the pediatrician said his weight was excessive overweight, abnormal weight gain, foreseeing possible obesity in the future. Since then, Darrell has not lost any weight in the opposing party's care. He continues to feed him high processed sugar, high processed carbs and foods, and not nutritious foods. And everyone knows that when you eat those high processed sugars and carbs, they transfer into glucose, and then the body stores the glucose as fat if you don't burn it off quickly. The child is just not thriving. Also, there's concerns of the dad drinking while the child's in his care or in his presence. Child saying that dad is drinking a glass of gin, and then driving the child to school. I mean, not only is this dangerous and illegal, it's also a bad example for this child. We feel that, considering that the child's not thriving in the current situation, Mom's had permanent good residence since October of 2018. She lives with her daughter and her 2 grandchildren. That's it. They have a 3-bedroom house. The 2 grandchildren are 6 years old, and the other one is 1 year old.
Counsel, that's the same housing she had in March of 2018 when she said, in 2 weeks, I'm going to have better housing.
No,
Yes,
no, she's saying that this is her housing that she's had since October of 2018. And if there's any, typo or any mistake on her part, we'll be happy to fix that. But this housing is suitable for her to have, at least joint, if not primary, physical custody. I mean, even her grandchildren were placed with her by DHS for 6 months because they found her house to be suitable. They found her to be a proper caregiver. So there's no reason why she shouldn't have joint or primary custody over her child. If we look at the best interest factors also, Your Honor, considering
Counselor,
the relevant ones.
what's the address where she lives now?
What's the address?
4249 North Commerce, apartment number 2046.
And this is a 3-bedroom apartment, Your Honor. 3-bedroom.
And who lives there now?
Sandra lives there with her daughter, who is 25 years old, and the 2 grandchildren. One is 6 years old and one is a 1-year-old. So there's a 3-bedroom, one of which belongs to...
And what happened to Mom and what happened to her brother?
What happened to your mom? What happened to your brother? Did they ever...
I don't have a
Oh,
brother.
you don't have a brother? What happened to your mom?
Oh, my mom, she's deceased. She died almost a year and a half ago.
Okay, Grandma died almost about a year and a half ago, and Mom doesn't have any brothers living with her, any brothers at all, right? Okay.
I don't have brothers at all.
Okay.
From my dad.
So, I guess that would be 5 people. Mom, Darrell, her daughter, and the 2 grandchildren. That is 5 people total, but the 1-year-old doesn't need his own bedroom, his or her own bedroom. So everyone knows a 1-year-old sleeps in a crib next to an adult in case the baby wakes up in the middle of the night
Now,
and cries.
you say 2 other children. Are those her daughters or children?
Yeah, she's the grandma. So those are, what's her daughter's name? Kia.
Kristen.
Oh, sorry, Kristen. Those are Kristen's children.
Yes.
And Kristen is Dad's biological daughter. So Mom has taken in Kristen with her 2 children. So this is Dad's child as well, and Dad's grandchildren as well, that Mom is taking care of and supporting with her full-time job as a teacher. So if we look at the relevant factors, Your Honor, there is high conflict here. Parties don't really cooperate. We added as exhibits to our reply communications via talking parents, where mom will ask a question like, "Hey, did the schoolwork get done? What's going on here?" And dad reads the message, but there's absolutely no response. You just hear crickets. Mental health. Dad is drinking with the child and driving with the child. He has a tendency of being violent. We attached all of his criminal records and things from the past where he's been violent. He's hit Sandra in 2012, which resulted in a head injury, and she had to seek medical treatment. He's beat Kristen with a belt that's left bruises all over her. He even beat Kiara. He also beat Kiara. Kiara is from, I'm sorry, Kiara, he tried choking Kiara. There was a police report. We attached all these as exhibits, Shauna. We have I think you have 100 pages of exhibits from us. He tried choking her in 2012. He's been arrested 4 times for domestic violence. So there's a lot of things here that we're requesting that the court looks at and set this for an evidentiary hearing, and so we can actually determine what is the child's best interest going forward. Thank you.
Sir, your turn.
Yes, Your Honor. As far as the statements that she just made, all of those statements are false. As far as her living at that same arrangement, it's been the same arrangement for her for forever. She lives with my daughter. Her name is not on the lease. We asked for her to provide a lease. She still never provided a lease. Right now, they just throwing things at the wall and see what sticks. As far as
Sir, can I
any
ask
other
you a
my
question? Can I ask you a question? Back in January of 2018, when you got the decree of divorce, wasn't there an understanding she was going to get housing and that you were going to inspect the housing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Has that happened?
No, I was never allowed to do so. They don't want me near the apartment because of the way they live.
Okay, go
so
ahead.
I was never allowed to walk through.
Go ahead.
So I was never allowed to do the walkthrough at that time.
With a police officer.
Anything else, sir?
It's several different issues. Like right now, we was just wrestling with the teacher of his school because Sandra gets involved with his at-home curriculum. These erase emails. She make it very difficult for me to do the right thing that I need to do for my son. I've been at home, laid off since this March. We trying to get everything situated where we don't have to have as much communication as, she calls me and talk to parents and like she said, she just throws questions out there and she falsifies the talking parent just as a manipulation, It's a bunch of questions, one after another, and I can't keep up with all the questions that she asks. If Darrell have an incomplete assignment, it's a great deal, and I have to go back and make sure that he doesn't have a missing assignment. And if the missing assignment was there, she make sure she documented it. And then if it was there, she ignore it. It's just I don't get it. I don't understand. Darrell is doing good in school. He ain't a great student, and right now everybody is working from home. So it is a problem with, just us teaching the kids, period, from home, because none of us is used to that. And right now she have the same equal opportunity as I have to teach my son. As far as obesity goes, no, that's incorrect. He's had a physical. He's not 200 pounds or anything like that. It's just throwing things at the wall and see what sticks. She's coming with the same exact attacks that she's done over the prior years, and nothing have changed. The only thing have changed is I'm unemployed. I ask that you look at the child care provide and make a change. As far as the 401k and pension that we were supposed to share, she recently took all the money out of the 401k and pension. She just doesn't want to comply with the court unless the court rules in her favor. And it's been going an ongoing battle, just me trying to branch myself away from her to deal with any new relationship that I have going on.
Okay.
So right now, everything, Your Honor, everything is the exact same. He has his own bedroom, his own bathroom. He has his own computer for school. He has TV. He has his puzzles, games, entertainment. is I don't ask her for nothing. I still pay for uniforms. I pay for his everyday school clothes and everything. She doesn't pay for any of that. I still come out of my pocket for that. And it's getting ridiculous. And every time she go to court, she pays a new lawyer when that money can be contributed to Darrell's living arrangement, to Darrell's well-being. And I don't understand why I have to keep being drunk at the court. It's becoming a major harassment. And I don't want to hear about my background. I want to hear about my past. We discussed all that over the months and months and months and months and years that we've been divorced already. Everything that she's presenting, there's no new evidence of me doing any harm to my child, and my child is safe and sound.
Okay.
And she knows that, but whatever notation that she's going back and forth with, it's only out of spite, and it's starting to become a very harassing situation here at home with me and the girlfriend that I deal with right now. And even my girlfriend tried to get involved, and it came back to, it was like more even bitter and more hatred towards me, and not even the correct things that she's supposed to be doing for Darrell at this time. So with that being said, I don't think things are ever going to change, Your Honor. You'll probably end up seeing us back in another 2 months, in the back in another two or 3 months, if you don't make your ruling and just say enough is enough. She don't have anything, other than just rhetoric to say, and I can't keep defending that time I get on the phone with you in front of a judge or anybody else. I'm just tired of it. My guards are down, and every time I don't have my guards down, it's another punch in my face, another slap in my arena, and I don't understand why. And I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing very great for Darrell, considering the circumstances that we are all in. And I don't deprive her of anything, and it's getting ridiculous. Like I had him for Father's Day, and I went. He had burns on his skin from some burn he had with the stove and the microwave or whatever was going on with her at her house. He never contacted me, notified me about the situation. But when I came back to drop him back off, she had the police there, like I kidnapped them, like I took them. And I just, and I told her in talking parents, like, look, we've been at the hospital all day on Father's Day. Let me bring her back to the house first thing in the morning, this, that, and the other. She was outraged. She went crazy. She called the police. And I didn't understand why when I wasn't in fault of anything.
Okay.
The bruises and the burns. And go ahead.
Okay, here's the situation. There is a decree of divorce, and then she was supposed to get housing in 2 weeks from January of 2018. They come back in March of 2018 and say, we don't have housing yet, but we're going to have it soon. And at that time, I think she lived at 4249 North Commerce. I know she lived there in 2018 because that's what she put on her financial statement. And that's the place They were discussing earlier, where they had her mother living there and sleeping on the sofa, and mom was sleeping on the sofa, and they had kids, and they had the other daughter living there. So nothing has changed. So, but here's the problem: everything was done at the beginning under the decree of divorce by stipulation and agreement, but everyone agreed that it was kind of a temporary thing. And you're right, I am tired of this case, but I'm going to set a trial date, and it's going to be July 1st of 2021. In order to resolve this school problem between now and then, I think Dad should have the child during the school week, so there'll be no, it's not my fault, it's her fault, no, it's not my fault, it's his fault. If there is school problems, it will be on Dad's time. So my proposal is that Mom will have the visitation with the child Friday. If there's no school, she'll get the child at noon. If there's school, she'll get the child after school. She will keep the child till Monday and return the child to school on Monday if there's school. If there's no school, Tuesday. This will be during the school year. Mom will have the child Friday at noon or after school till Monday morning at school or Tuesday at school. So whatever happens in school, I want the records brought on July 1st. Mom, you continue to live at North Commerce, and you continue to say you're going to get housing, and you continue to live in the same place, and you haven't changed. So if you're going to change, you have until July 1st, or you're going to try to sell to me the North Commerce place, and we'll see how many people are living there. We're going to have a hearing. It's going to be a half a day, and it's going to be resolved on a permanent basis. As far
Your
as
Honor.
I'm concerned, this case has 90% been done already. There is a decree of divorce. It was prepared by her attorney. She made promises of new housing. She made promises of Dad getting to review the housing and inspect the housing, and she has never kept her word. Child support.
Yes, Your Honor.
Child support will be set at a new rate because this was a temporary rate. She is now employed. Child support will be set at $345 on a temporary basis till we come back in July. And hopefully Dad will be working by then. And Counselor, I don't know if you're going to be around till July or you're going to be like the third attorney out of 4 attorneys.
I hope not.
Asking for a primary physical custody when Dad has had primary physical custody is a big request. So, and the law requires joint physical custody, and that's where we were going to go in January of 2018, but Mom did not have housing, and we've been waiting for housing since really 2017, but since specifically January 25th of 2018, and Mom is still making the same promises. So it's either put up or not come back with the same motion after
Your
July
Honor.
of 2021.
Your Honor.
Yes.
Yes, the only thing, what? For one, I want to know why she can't be added to the lease. What's the problem? What's the hold up? It's been 3 years.
So we're going to get all those answers in July. Either she has a place or she's going to try to sell the Commerce Street as her permanent place with all these people living in the same apartment.
Okay,
Part
Your
of
Honor,
the
but
order is
due to all these arrangements that's been going on back and forth, all of these arrangements that's been going on back and forth, I was given primary physical custody of my son already. So you guys are taking that back again?
No. You're getting primary physical custody temporarily until July, and in July they're asking us to take it back in July of next year. But right now nothing's changed. I'm just changing the visitation schedule. You have joint legal primary physical custody. She will have the child Friday at noon or Friday after school, if there's school, until Monday. This is the school schedule. I'm not changing the holiday schedule. The holiday schedule remains the same. By June 1st, she will have to let you know where she lives, and you will get to inspect and take pictures of it. That's the order. And if she doesn't
And Your Honor, my client is okay with that. She's okay with him inspecting as long as there's like a police officer just to stand by because of the violent tendencies and history. So she says she's okay with that.
Counselor, you need to prepare an order from today's hearing.
Okay, I will. Thank you. Are we off?
Excuse me.
Bye-bye.
What, sir?
I'm sorry.
No, he keeps looking at one more question.